Hey, welcome back to another episode of the In Podcast Paradigm Shifting. I am Brandon, aka DJ Silk, and today I want to talk to you about doing what's right versus doing what feels correct. Did I say that right? No. Let me try that again. I want to talk about doing what feels right versus doing what is correct. So in life, there are two different approaches that you can take on when it comes to building your life. You can do what is correct, or you can do what feels right. Now in season 3, episode 6 of the In Podcast, I touched on the fact that up until this past year or so, my life didn't feel real comfortable. Most of the time I felt like I was wearing someone else's broken in shoes. All those shoes did fit and I was able to walk around in them. I never felt truly comfortable in them. They never felt like they were my shoes. Now, although I have an understanding for what turns me on in life, I spent the majority of my energy trying to figure out the practical and reliable career choices that I could take on, which would allow me to fit in with the rest of America and America's opinion as to what success looks like. I saved my creative energy for when I wanted to have fun or enjoy a release, and spent all of my other energy doing the correct things our society tells us we need to do in order to live a good life, like going to college and then finding a good job where I could grow a career. Periodically, I would get brave enough to allow the pull of my creative desires to suck me towards doing the kind of work that feels like I was born to do, but then I would lose my nerve and go back to the correct things in life. Honestly, I really have been good at doing the correct things in life. And what I mean by that is that despite my best efforts and successes, I was rarely rewarded in the ways that I felt like I deserved. But when I allowed myself to let go and do what feels right, I couldn't fail if I tried, and success came with ease. Any victory felt like a huge victory, and even when I was starving, those hunger pains didn't eat away at me the same way as the abuse I experienced while trying to fit into the world that made everyone but me feel comfortable. Consistent paychecks, health coverage, retirement accounts, and the clout that came along with working for an organization with worldwide recognition was great, but all of those great things don't matter when they don't feel right. They don't matter if in order to exist in that space you have to lock away who you are as an individual as well as the gifts that God has bestowed to you. The result of me choosing options that generate those strong feelings and vibes is me waking up every day to a life where I feel a high sense of purpose and excitement. I'm no longer working, I'm building. I've learned more about who I am and what I want, and I've been able to tap into energy, perspectives, and the fearlessness that I never thought existed within me. So this is your life to live, and only you can live it. It is nice to win the approval of the people around you, but getting that approval means that you aren't being true to who you are and what you want for yourself, then you and the world around you is losing out on the talent, skills, and passions that you were put on this planet to share with the world. So I want to encourage you to do what feels right instead of the correct thing. When you have to make a decision and one of those choices that is before you causes you to feel an excited buzz or triggers your mind to explode with ideas and allows you to see the great possibilities that could come out of you being successful, then that's the choice you should be making. It doesn't matter if what turns you on career-wise isn't practical, common, or seems like a viable career choice to everyone else. What matters is that you are drawn to that path, and if the feelings you have are strong enough, then you will find a way to turn that impractical career or business into a successful one. If at this point in your life you don't have a clue as to what feels right to you, then you should absolutely be doing all of the correct things. Not all of us have figured out what it is we really want to do in life, and that's fine. We all move at different paces, even though we seem to exist in the same space. Honestly, you won't figure out what you do like or want without experiencing the things that you don't like. So if you haven't figured out what turns you on or what you want in life or what you want your life to be like, then do yourself a big favor and be practical. Follow the footsteps of the people who have achieved the kind of success and lived the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for. But make a promise to yourself that when you discover what turns you on, that you will make the choices that feel right to you, even if it means that you will be blowing up a big part of the life that you had been building. Doing what feels right may seem like a risky thing for you to do because you probably will be making decisions that most of the rest of the world won't agree with. You could fail many times before you're able to finally create the success you want. In the process, you could lose everything that you have worked for. While your once stable world is falling around you, the people will sit in judgment of you. There's nothing easy about going for what you want, but then again, it's not supposed to be easy. The sacrifices that you will make, the hits that you will take, and the stress that you will feel is the conditioning that you need so that when you get to where you want to be in life, you have the emotional and intellectual tools to handle your new world. In my opinion, what is truly risky is living a life that has been designed by other people. Maybe you're lucky enough to have friends and family that see in you what you don't see in yourself, and they're good enough to encourage you to do what is truly and uniquely right for you. However, if you don't have that kind of social circle around you, then you'll be coaxed into following the tried and true blueprint of the masses. You go to school and be educated in a career with job stability and growth opportunities. Find a life partner as soon as possible. Purchase a home in the suburbs and raise kids and service that life until you retire and die. For the record, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that way of life at all if those things resonate with you. The key is making sure that those are the things that you want out of your life. Getting an education is critical to being empowered and effective in life. Just make sure that the education you pay for is an education in the thing that turns you on. Make the choices that stir up excitement in your heart and in your mind. Don't allow your fears and your insecurities cause you to make decisions that will ultimately put you in a life where you feel trapped and be full of regrets. No amounts of success, money, or material wealth will make those regrets go away if you turned your back on building the life that you truly wanted. Doing what feels right to you is you honoring the gifts and talents God has bestowed onto you. If you're blessed enough to know with high certainty how you should be spending your time, then spend your time using those gifts and talents. If you haven't figured out yet what your gifts and talents are, then do the correct thing and follow the tried and true steps that so many other people have taken until you figure yourself out. Do what feels right when the feeling presents itself. Trust in those feelings and know that regardless of how many bumps, bruises, losses, and failures that you will experience, that in the end, you will ultimately be happy. That's it. That's what I got for you for this episode of the In Podcast Paradigm Shifting. Make sure you have subscribed to my podcast on Instagram at DJ Silk. You go to the little profile link and you will see all the links for all the podcasts that I do, my Mixcloud page. So there's that. Also, if you live in the tri-state area, and by tri-state I mean Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and you're interested in maybe having a podcast, you need a podcast studio, you need help, I may be able to help you out. So don't be afraid to reach out. So go off, be great, enjoy life, do what feels right. If you don't know what feels right, then do the correct thing. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Just live the life you want to live and don't let anyone or anything get in the way of that. Until the next time, I'm Brandon, aka DJ Silk. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you the next time around.